Say, Travian, just overall, how are you feeling? Just you played in all 7 games last year. I know you had some history with injuries the couple years prior, but just how are you feeling now, health wise, and just mentally, spiritually, everything heading into this season for you, and making an impact at safety.
Yeah, I feel good. Like you said, like health wise, it's kind of been a roller coaster for me. Even mentally, a little bit of roller coaster since I've been here at University of Madison, Wisconsin. But really, I would say like my faith has really like pushed me through this. Just relying on the plan that the Lord has for me, and just kind of staying true to that, and then just working every day with the trainers and with my dad whenever I get to go back home. My wife has helped me a lot through this as well. Even back when she was my girlfriend, back like freshman year. And all those steps, all the injuries, all the hardships, everything has put me in a position to be in where I'm at now, and being able to play on the field like all last year, and then also this year, it's just been a blessing.
Not to rehash too much of that injuries and the frustrations, but just what type of injuries did you have, and what did you have to work through to get to this point?
Yeah, so all through high school, I struggled with hamstring stuff. Didn't miss like too much in terms of like games and stuff in high school from my hamstring, but my sophomore year of high school, I partially tore my labrum, my shoulder, my left labrum, and was out for a while with that. And then hamstring, like I said before, a lot of hamstring in high school, hamstring injuries, just strains and little things that could get irritating. And then when I got up here in college, my freshman year, played the first 4 games of the year as a true freshman, and then bye week happened actually, and I tweaked my hamstring. I didn't really know. I was used to tweaking my hamstring. I didn't think really much of it, and turns out I actually had one of my tendons. My hamstring tendons was torn up pretty bad, so I had to go in after the season and get that fixed. But throughout that whole time, we didn't really know what the problem was. So I was still trying to come back and practice and do all this stuff, and it just kind of kept getting irritated and kept getting even more messed up, and that was frustrating. But once we actually found the problem, it was easy. Not easy, but we fixed it, and then it was a long road to rehab after that. Missed that spring ball the next year. And then even since then, like that next year, so that was my right hamstring, and then my left hamstring messed up the year after that. And I didn't have to have surgery or anything for that, but you could just kind of see like the frustration with just the hamstring, and then some other injuries it's all been hamstring though, really. It's been really nagging me my whole career. But I mean, now, like last year, I got to play all 7 games, and I feel like that just learning kind of what works for my body in terms of like stretching and rolling out recovery modalities and stuff like that. Just figuring out what works for me and rolling with it.
So, like, how did it? And you mentioned getting those 7 full games in last year. Just what did that do for you? I think you already answered part of this, but what did it do for you in playing that full season? Staying healthy in that regard, where you're able to play all those contests. What did it do for you?
Oh, it definitely builds a lot of confidence for sure. You can imagine like not being able to play for so long. Cause I really missed that whole year, 2 seasons in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like I played the 4, and then the next year I might've played in 2 or 3, and they were all on like just some like 2 or 3 special teams. So actually getting into play, I got to play a little bit on defense last year. Played all 4 phases on special teams last year. So it just builds a lot of confidence, man. It makes me feel like was doing something right, and made me feel good, actually.
Yeah, I remember you were listed as a cornerback for so long, and then I saw you here and there working in with the safeties, and like it was like, oh well, you're working more with the safeties. Like the position wasn't necessarily official, but we saw you working with that group. I feel like that's sort of like what it was with Max Lofi during fall camp, where you still listed as a corner, then like you're seeing him work with, in the slot more than anything during those fall camp practices that were open to us. But just, how did that transition work out? And just how are you feeling right now being, as a, working as a safety now compared to a corner?
Yeah, in high school, really sophomore year, junior year of high school, I played corner. And then senior year, I played a little bit of safety, kind of did a little bit of both. My high school plays a lot of zone. At least when I was there, we played a lot of zone. I think they kind of mix it up now, but we played a lot of zone coverage when I was there. So, and that's really like a lot of safety is a lot of zones, dropping into the hooks, being like a deep half, deep third. So it wasn't really too hard of a transition in terms of that aspect, but like learning like all new techniques and how to disguise different things. Cause corner is a lot of just line up and just ball, just line up and play. And safety can take a little bit more savviness, like a little bit more disguise, a little bit more technique in that sense. So I think that was probably the biggest challenge in transition because I'm still learning stuff. Right. Still learning stuff, but Coach Leonard is doing a great job, man. He's got us right. So I'm learning a lot and enjoying learning a lot every day.
When you have that now too at safety, and we've seen you work with John Torchio, like with the second team kind of in fall camp and whatnot. I know we saw you in parts during spring ball, during some of the open practices that we were able to attend to. Where have you seen the biggest growth in your game at that position group then, where you've been, you're getting on the field? We saw you get, I think Pro Football Focus said you had 21 snaps in the last game against Eastern Michigan. Just how have you seen yourself build upon, you gain confidence after those 7 games played last year, you're healthy, and now you're seeing yourself grow further into a prominent role last, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I guess to answer your question, I see myself like I said, Coach Leonard has done a great job. And the transition from corner to safety to a lot of people may seem like pretty easy. And like I said, there's some aspects where it can be easy, but there's a lot of work that goes into switching really any position like that. It's just a whole new different form of communication, techniques, like I said before. And I think for myself, it's all about confidence. Like I said, like playing those last 7 games last year helped me gain some confidence in that. And it's really just continuing to gain confidence in my ability that I have, that God gave me. And then also gaining the trust with Coach Leonard that he could trust me to be out there. And I'm really trying to earn that every day. Just keep working and doing that every day. But like you said, like being out there with Torch, Torch is a very knowledgeable guy. Scott and Colin, I've been doing this for a long time now as starters. So learning from them every day is really helping me to develop my game to be at the next level.
Okay, 2 more questions. We'll get you out of here. You have, I guess, with your skill set, what do you feel that you can bring to that safety room that, either complements what Colin and Scott and Torch can do, or what can, what differentiates from yours that, that you can help, maybe something a little bit different skill set from the others too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like all 3 of those guys, really our whole room we have a lot of depth at the safety position. You also see Hunter Wooler got a lot of snaps too that game, Eastern Michigan game. And he's a young guy that came in and I feel like has done a great job. Cause I remember when I was a freshman and I was playing corner still. And like I said before, corner is a lot of just line up and play. So in terms of like play calls, like a lot of the play calls kind of end up being the same because it's like cover 3 and it's like cover 3s is all kind of the same for corner. But as safety is a lot different, man. Safety is a lot of different. You drop this into this zone or drop into this place or you have to communicate with the linebackers here, but you have to communicate with the corners on this play. So the way he came in and learned the stuff that he's learning, he's still learning. He's still a freshman, he's still learning, but I really commend him for being able to learn as much as he has in this short period of time. And then, like you said, like Colin, Scott, Torch. I mean, Torch has played a lot of defensive snaps too. If you remember back in 2019, whenever he started Northwestern game, we had Reggie Pearson and EB that both got ejected Michigan game, and he had to come in, step up and play, and did a great job. So they're always, I'm really always trying to learn from them in most ways. But I feel like what I can attribute though, like I feel like I'm a pretty fast guy. I play with a lot of explosion. So really just I would say that playing with speed. Um, but in all reality, I feel like that just complements everything that they do, man. Because as long as I can get lined up and know what I'm doing, we're all gonna end up playing well. So that's all I got for that.
Last question for you too. Obviously, big game this weekend. You're going down Soldier Field, taking on Notre Dame. Obviously, your former teammate in Jack Coan. What do you see out of Jack this week? You know, what have you seen on film from him over the course of the first 3 games for the Irish? But also, what do you think of that passing attack and what the defense and the secondary will have to take on with him and a tight end like Mitchell Mayer?
Yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge, man. We talk about this every day. We talk about wanting to be the best group in the nation, and putting that work in every day and every game, every practice, every rep, just to be the best and to be the best in the nation and to show people that, to gain our respect. Um, so really, every week we're looking to build onto our resume and continue to get better every day, continue to get better every rep, continue to get better every game. And this is just another opportunity. And like you said, like this is a good team. It's a good Notre Dame team. Jack's been looking really good. I think he's been looking great. I mean, his debut, put up like four, 5 touchdowns, I think 4, and led into a win. And then Toledo, you've seen it all over social media, popping that finger back in and throwing game go ahead touchdown. That's great. Like, he's a gritty guy, man. He's hardworking, man. That's who he is. That's who he was when he was here, and that's who he continues to be over there. So looking forward to the challenge of playing him because he is a great quarterback and they have great receiving threats. And it's our time, man. It's our time to show the nation, what we've been working towards all off season, and for the first part of this season, just showing what we got.